This event, called the International Fair, excuse me, the International Fair, and the students are to pick a country and then investigate it and then display the specific information that they were assigned to find. It's been a project that we've offered here at AIB the last 3 or 4 years. This go round it's a little bit smaller because we actually had fewer sections of this class, but it's a great way to wrap up everything that we do throughout the term. Everything that we talked about is somewhere displayed, either on their display board or the food they serve or the items that they have on display. So it's a great wrap-up of everything that we've talked about. The intercultural communications class, we look at the cultural aspects of being a tourist in a country or being a business person in another country, and we talk about communication styles, the importance of family, different leadership styles, collective versus individualism. So we look at the different aspects that make up every culture, and then we look at how they vary from culture to culture, and then based on that, how does that affect how you act, how you dress, how you communicate with them, the way you conduct business. Right now, the students in the event hospitality and tourism degree are taking it. Sports and events students are also taking it. Communication majors, but international business students in that program are taking it. But it really is for anybody who enjoys travel, who enjoys learning about different cultures, and experiencing. This is a great way to experience another country without really leaving, but yet preparing yourself if you would have the opportunity to go. So I think anybody would get something out of it and find it interesting. Well, hopefully they'll gain some insight into communication with people from different cultures. Even if they're not traveling to another country, chances are in the workforce, in their athletics, in their student organizations, in their church community, they'll be dealing with people from different backgrounds. And so it'll just give them some insight as to what's important to them, what do they value, and then that will help with relationship building, with communications, and really, you know, if you look at it, it could be movement toward world peace if we all gain this understanding and get along, and that's the value. I think it's just a wonderful class, and this is a fun way for them to look at those important aspects. I just love learning about different cultures. I've been very fortunate to be able to have traveled to a lot of different countries and experience some of this firsthand, so I know the importance of understanding it. You don't want to be that silly American or that rude American. You want to be the one that has an understanding and attempt to maybe say a few words or understand that you don't ask personal questions of this person. That's invading their privacy. So I love the learning aspect, and really I want Americans when we travel not to be that ugly American. When you take this class, you're not going to leave here and know everything about Japan and China and Brazil, but you'll know that this, and this are important. So when you go to China or Brazil, you'll look at those aspects and say, how does that apply to this country? And I like it when those students say, oh, I didn't know that, or that surprised me, or that was really interesting.
The class that I'm in is intercultural communications. It's based on how to recognize different cultures, recognize what they do differently versus what we do in our culture in America, through our business, throughout personality, personal relationships, and the way that we do things in life. Our project was China versus the culture of America. There's a few things I learned, that the Chinese culture is a lot different from the American culture, even though in America we have many cultures within our country. China really doesn't. China's population is pretty well populated with the Chinese people. Another thing is their currency. One thing that kind of shocked me with their currency, it's a communist country. They have one leader and that's all. And one leader's on the money, not like America where we have several leaders of our country on dollar bills. The gestures was another thing. Thumbs up means a different thing in China than it does here. Okay is different. So the gestures and communications and nonverbal communications are different, just like staring and talking. In America, we look at it like respect. If we look each other in the eye while we're speaking, and China is disrespectful. it's like a threat. So it's cultures and the basis of it is a lot different from our country. The school is about business, and a person that's about business in this world today with mixed cultures, that you have to learn each and every culture. You have to learn different people in the world in order to deal with them. You never know who you may encounter in business that you may have to learn their social networking in order to respect them, in order to communicate with them and relate with them. And that's very important business. So this class is very important to help people establish how to respect others and their cultures.